And just like every other time, we are back. My name is Charbel Milan. Today we got
Eric Gonzalez. What's up,
this
guys?
is a time shared. Eric, thank you so much for being here today, man. It's a new year. This is going to be the first episode in 2021.
Privileged.
And usually we've been starting these off, just getting breaking the ice, letting people know what you do, who you are. But I kind of want to start changing it up this year.
Yeah.
So I just want to honestly just go ahead and ask you, like, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. I'm actually happy to be here, man. Thanks for reaching out to me to be on here, bro.
Bro, I really appreciate you coming, especially during these times.
Yeah.
You're honestly probably going to be our first, real estate agent that we've had on the show, especially somebody who's out here killing it. So before we get going, if you just kind of want to, get people a little comfortable with who you are, what you do, and we'll get right into it.
For sure, man. So like I was telling you earlier, so I'm a real estate agent. All right, I've been doing real estate for about 2.5 years now, and I love it. I love what I do. I just love that I can meet new people and be in the industry. And like you said, thank you for saying that I'm killing it, because I think I am. And yeah, man, I like this year, like I told you, man, it's going to be an amazing year for real estate, and I can't wait for it, man. So yeah.
Hell yeah. So I've talked to a lot of people who do real estate.
Yeah.
Different types of real estate. And I mean, really everything at this point, especially now having you on as a legit agent full time. And everyone has their own story on how they got involved. Some people always knew, some people fell into it, realized they were good at it, whatever it is. But what got you to discover real estate, get involved in real estate? Because you really have taken it on right out of the gates, right after you graduated high school.
Literally.
Full on.
Yeah, literally, man. So pretty much how that went down was, believe it or not, I was actually still in high school when I was in school for real estate. So there was a point in time where I was in both schools for real estate and in high school. So I knew I wanted to do real estate right when I got out of high school, because it was just homes, bro. I just love looking at nice properties. I love that. I like meeting new people. I'm very social. So this business is something that I could just jump into and try to get rolling in it. You get what I'm saying? So, and I've been loving it ever since, man. So for the most part,
fit your
it just fit my charisma, my characteristics, and all that stuff. You get what I'm saying? And I really chose a path that could really just fit that for me. You get what I'm saying? So that's how that went.
So when did you find your path? Because I know we were talking before we got started. We were talking about your current broker and you know what I mean, how you're pretty much self-employed. You get all your leads.
Yeah.
How did you build up to that? Because I know a lot of people start off they work for not a firm. They work for a company that gets some leads. What is it called?
Like a team, pretty much. That's what it is.
Something like that. We had another guy on, and he was pretty much saying how he was closing 40 deals a year, but he wasn't making that much on them because all the leads were coming from the company he worked for. Versus you being completely self-employed as a real estate agent. So how exactly does it work?
Pretty much, man. Me personally, I have never ever gotten a lead from my brokerage. They've never given me leads or anything. So pretty much every time I get clients, they are people that I found, people that I know. And that's how that went. You get what I'm saying? I never ever gotten a lead from a brokerage. So I'm always prospecting and trying to find clients. And honestly, that's probably one of the hardest things about this business, because you have to really build your credentials. You get what I'm saying? You got to build up. People aren't going to work with somebody who's a scrub. You get what I'm saying? They want to work with somebody who's professional, who looks like they dressed the part. You get what I'm saying? It's just I've had people who didn't want to work with me because I was a little too young for their liking. You get what I'm saying? Believe it or not. So that's what I'm saying. No, hey, it's whatever. Business is business. You know what I'm saying? If you don't work with me, vice versa. Get away from me. I'm cool with it. Whatever. You feel me? So pretty much, man, it's the whole prospecting thing for me. And like I told you before too, I'm a very social person. I can talk to anybody and talk to them for hours if I really can. If you give me the time, I'll talk to you and I'll get to know you on a different type of level. And that's really what it is. And that's really what's been helping me trying to, fulfill and to grow my business pretty much, man.
So is it the type of thing where you scout all your leads organically, or is it the type of thing where you get a good lead, you meet a good person, you do a good deal with them, and then the word of mouth just kind of
oh hell yeah, bro. It's everything. So right now, where I'm at right now, I've been doing this for about 2.5 years, like I told you, right? So I'm just now getting a lot of referrals from my past clients. So it's kind of hard to get referrals when you don't really have a client base. You kind of have to be in the game for quite some time to get referrals from other clients. You feel me? So that's one source of leads that I get right there. I'm always, reaching out to my past clients. Hey, how's everything going? Like, how you guys like the new house? Like, happy holidays, first holiday in your new home. You get what I'm saying? And then from there, I'm like, hey, so like, who do you know who wants to buy a house? Boom. This guy, this and that at jobs that he wants to like, buy a house. I give you his information. Boom. One lead right there. That's one source of leads. Another source of leads that I get too is a lot of, Facebook, Instagram, all those stuff, lead generating, marketing. You get what I'm saying? So that's pretty important. As you all know, like social media is growing and things like that. You can find clients that you actually want to work with and who actually want to work with you too. So leads just come from all over. And you got to be creative with this thing because you can get leads from any source in any way at this point.
So here's the thing. I know that early on, you were probably dealing with anybody that you could get. Mm-hmm. And I know that now you're at a level where like the people who are buying the properties that you're showcasing specifically, they kind of already know what they want. They got cash in hand. They got line of credit, whatever it is that they got going on. But for the person on the other side, I always wondered as like a real estate agent, how do you guys like get people approved? Like, you know what I mean? Like you guys got a little magic wand, right? Like what are some of the things that people need to know when they consider buying a house, and especially when they consider like, doing it through the traditional way of having a realtor? And like what are some of the insides for a person who's listening right now that's like I want to buy a house, but like I don't think my credit's right here. I don't think my payment history. What about my? So it's like, what are some of the things that people need to know when it comes to real estate firsthand from an agent?
Pretty much, you got to have an agent who's experienced, who knows what they're doing. Because this process, you got to understand, depending on the house, this process can take a month, 2 months, 3 months, depending on, the construction of the property and all that stuff, right? So you have to know that the person you're working with.
You guys do flat builds, like straight up.
Actually, recently I have been doing a lot of flat builds. I've been working a lot of new construction properties. So actually today, man, I've been working new constructions recently because of the way the market is right now. It's cutthroat. It's all these properties have so many offers on them and everything. And new constructions are it's a lot less competition. If they don't have a house, they can build one for you. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot easier to do that. But the thing is, with these new constructions, some of them take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months to build. You get what I'm saying? So you have to have a good agent and a good lender at that to really mold you and to guide you throughout this entire process. Because 6 months is a long time. You get what I'm saying? And they have to be on top of it throughout that entire 6 months to make sure the process is going well, to make sure that your loan is going to go through when it's time to close, to make sure everything is in route to close and everything. You get what I'm saying? So having a good lender too. I have a few good preferred lenders. I have my guy Ben Koulibaly, my preferred lender that I send all my clients to him, and my clients love him.
So who's he?
He's my lender, my preferred lender. Yeah, he's my lender, and he's a great guy.
So he just lends all his money to your clients?
Pretty much, man. He gives me clients, I give him clients.
Holy shit,
the reason why I love this guy,
I want to be that guy. That's the goal, to be Ben, right?
The reason why I like Ben so much is because I've met a lot of lenders, and lenders, they try to just connect with realtors so that way realtors can give them the leads. You get what I'm saying? But Ben, this guy, he actually looks for leads himself. He actually prospects himself, and he can give some to you. You get what I'm saying? But most lenders are like, hey, gimme. But this guy, he's like, hey, no, I got some leads too. I know if we work together, I'll give you clients. You give me clients. We're a team. Let's make it happen. That's how we are right now. So me and him, we work hand in hand in that process. And he's doing well, man. Me and him right now, we're trying to knock these people out and close them all to 2021.
See, I wish I knew that before I asked my question, because I was thinking homes, pre-built, whatever the situation, someone trying to buy a home, but you're talking about building. Mm-hmm. So those people already know what they want. They got the money, they know what they want. So really it's just working with the architect, getting designs and stuff?
Pretty much. You work with the actual builder.
Damn, so you're selling, essentially you're selling the land too, or is that, or how does the lots work?
It comes with it pretty much. So pretty much when somebody is building these new constructions, right, you pretty much go into it and they show you a model home. And they say, this model home is this floor plan, it has this, and this, and that. We have other floor plans available too. They show you those and all that stuff, and then they go from there. You get what I'm saying? So, and the way that process goes too is you can pretty much design a lot of these properties. Like the buyer has the options to design the house how they want it. That they can choose all the finishing touches, hardwood floor, hardwood color. They can choose the cabinet color. They can choose the cabinet counters, all that stuff, colors and everything in the house. How
You ever
many
get some
bedrooms they
people who are
have.
annoying about it, man?
I do. And
Oh my
honestly,
God.
the people who are the most annoying about it are the people who have the most money.
Really?
Yes.
Because it
Believe it or not.
God, that's honestly, it's one of those things that makes sense, but you're like hate to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just because like they got the most money that they want hella extra shit?
It's that, and it's just because they know that they can get what they want. You get what I'm saying? If you got millions of dollars, you're gonna get what you want, right?
Yo, I mean,
That's how it is. If you got millions, you're gonna get what you want. That's how their mentality is for the most part. Like they don't settle. If they don't like one thing, I don't want it. I don't like it because of that. On to the next. Simple. But as for somebody who's on a lower budget, they're like, oh man, I know I don't have a lot of options. This is nice. Hey, I like it. Fuck it, let's get it. You know, that's kind of how it
I'll
is.
sell it down the line if we need to. That's the
literally.
mindset everyone goes
That's
into.
what I'm
it.
saying. You know what? Hey, whatever. Let me get it. And then
If
they
anything
get it.
happens, I'll sell it.
But literally, like right now, I have a cash buyer, right? $500K cash buyer, and she is very, very picky. And I understand. I get it. You're a $500,000 client cash buyer. Be as picky as you want. That's a pretty, hefty price. I get it. That's gonna be a lot to spend. So you gotta love what you're buying, obviously. So it's just.
But let me ask you
People
a
are
question
picky,
though.
but it just
Is that
matters.
even smart? Like, why would you put down 500 bands up front on a property? That's pretty stupid.
Honestly, people.
She
that's
gonna
how
die
it
in that
is.
home?
Nah, I mean, honestly, this is gonna be for her forever home.
She's
You get what I'm
probably
saying?
up.
Yeah,
Shout out
she's-
to her.
She's definitely up. Not gonna lie to you, man. But before I even show anybody a house, I make sure they are qualified and that they are able to purchase a home before they go see it. You get what I'm saying?
You don't have time to waste.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. When I was new, if somebody said I want to go buy a house, I'd be like, let's go see your house right now. What do you want to look at? But now I'm like, okay, cool. Are you pre-approved? Are you?
Yeah, can
like,
you even buy the house?
Yeah, can you even buy the house? How's your credit? Like, how much make a month? Are you pre-qualified? I ask all these questions in order to get somebody into a home before, because like you said, my time is valuable. I have clients that want to see houses by the day, so it's just like I need to make sure that my time is in good care. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be out here just showing nobody some cribs if they can't even buy it.
How do you
So-
feel about being in Atlanta, man?
In
I know it
Atlanta?
must be cutthroat.
It is.
I mean, you seem pretty cutthroat. I know it's our first time meeting, but you seem like you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
But what
appreciate that.
about being in Atlanta? Like, I know it's Jesus, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about an industry.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, man, Atlanta right now, like I said, I've been in this business for 2 years, and this is my first time experiencing the kind of market we're having right now. So every single property right now, it has, I kid you not, has like 10 plus offers whenever you want to put an offer on it. Whenever I talk to another listing agent, I'm like, hey, is this house still available? After 1 day on the market, they said, yes, it's available, but we have 8 offers already on the table.
Why?
It's just low inventory and a lot of buyers. I think what it is. There's a lot of buyers out right now, and there's a lot of like low inventory. There's not a lot
But
of
why?
homes.
All because of COVID?
Pretty much. I mean,
What does that do to the inventory? Like, well, how does that change the houses that were already there? Like, people just don't want to sell anymore?
Yeah, it was either that or it's just people just, honestly, it's just that people don't want to sell no more. You get what I'm saying? Or just the influx of buyers. You get what I'm saying? Because if the number of houses stay the same, but the number of buyers goes up, the number of houses, is in a different type of bracket than it is to the people who are buying. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like,
I mean, yeah, supply and demand.
yeah,
But
at
it's
that
like,
point.
damn, dude, that's crazy. But it's like you would think the opposite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, yeah, there's a bunch of people who no longer want to sell.
Right.
But you would also think that would also mean there's a bunch of people who are like, I'm not going to buy this year. I don't know what the world's looking like.
Yeah, and believe it or not,
But
man,
you're
I
saying
actually,
there's more.
yeah, like believe it or not, man, during this COVID time, I did my most numbers during COVID. Isn't that crazy? I did.
Is
I
it
did.
because of the like chaos? Everyone's on the edge and they're just making quicker.
I have no idea what
decisions?
it was, but it's just like when this whole COVID thing started like popping over there in like March and February, like around that time, like April, I was kind of like, holy shit, what's gonna happen to the market? What's gonna happen to the industry? Like, am I, you know what I'm saying? Something bad
Like,
gonna
am I gonna be
happen?
fucked?
That's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, you know what? Now I gotta double down and go harder. You feel me? And then I did more work and I got more success from it. So it's just like this pandemic actually blessed us, if you really think about it. And I think it really actually, a lot of agents that I know too made a killing during this pandemic too, man. Like it's kind of like it's kind of ironic because this pandemic and people have been losing jobs and all that stuff. But I've helped so many people buy a house this year. It's just like I don't understand how.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm just like this pandemic was to do the complete opposite. But it's just and I'm just blessed for it. Honestly, like I'm happy that happened because I was kind of a little scared about it, but it went well during the pandemic, man. I'm blessed for it.
Hey man, cheers to you. Shit.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and just break the elephant in the room. Where are we going though? Because I heard the real estate's supposed to crash soon. Because I heard it's at an all-time high, one, and then 2, you throw this COVID thing on, and then 3, yeah, that's it.
I mean,
COVID, and then it's at an all-time high.
Honestly, I'm not an economic expert, so I'm not even gonna say anything really that would pretty much say that. Oh, it's gonna say that. Nah, I'm not gonna say anything about it. It's just like that could happen. It could happen whenever. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen next week. You know what I'm saying? It's not really something that anybody can really depict. It's always gonna be an estimate. You get what I'm saying? It's always gonna be like a guess for the most part. I honestly think that it's definitely gonna slow down. I don't know if the economy will ever really, go back how it was 2007. And honestly, if it does, you just gotta switch up the script and do some other things that in the real estate market that are going to make money, like investing. I know a lot of investors, a lot of brokers that I know made killings during, economic, downfalls. You feel me? They bought a lot of properties, had them rented out, this and that. And it's just like, you just got to flip the script when things like that happen. You get what I'm saying? And if that does happen, I don't know what's going to happen to the real estate market. I've never been during an economic downfall, but I'm going to adjust the way I do to everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so as a real estate agent, right, would you consider yourself like entrepreneur?
Of course.
Right? Because, I mean, like, that's just your label, but that's your hustle completely.
Yeah, like, I'm self-employed. Nobody, like, helps me. Is definitely, I'm an entrepreneur. Right? I consider a lot of realtors entrepreneurs. Yeah.
So being an entrepreneur, I know you've definitely had times where you felt down. You felt like shit.
Oh my God.
Shit's not working out, right?
Yeah.
What was it like from like the perspective of being a real estate, like a broker or not broker, a real estate agent?
I'm gonna be real.
Have you ever had like properties that like you were about to make a killing commission on and then they fail last minute? Like,
Yo,
I want to hear it, man. I want to hear it. I can see it.
Let me fucking tell you, man. So this industry, man, has no sympathy for anybody, okay? I remember, man, when I first started, right? And this is what I tell everybody. You have to have multiple deals going so that way if something does mess up, you're still good. Because on one house, you can make 10 bands off of one house. One crib, you can make $10,000. And you can be set for the month or 2 months or even 3 if you budget correctly. You get what I'm saying? But oh my God, man, it was just crazy. So when I was first starting out, right, I was like back in 2019, the beginning of 2019, I had one closing, $400,000, right? $400,000 closing that I was gonna have. And that closing fell through a week before the closing date, all right? And keep in mind you that this process takes about a month to close. So 3 weeks went by and the buyer could not obtain their loan. And they
How much were you gonna make on it?
400,000. Let's do the math for good. 400,000, right?
All right.
400,000 times 3%. That's pretty much what a buyer agent would make. So 400,000 times 0.03, 12,000. Minus the commissions, like minus the fees, maybe like 10,500 around there. You get what I'm saying? So imagine you think you're gonna make $10,000 and next week, and then boom, nope. Not making that.
And because you only had one going, you really bit the end of the stick.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like...
Sheesh, but what happens when you got a lot going and then they all go through?
And if they all go through, you're fucking balling, man. Like, I kid you not, man. Like, I'm not going to hold you, man. Like, I don't like talking about, like, my financials like that, really. But in 1 month, man, you can literally make what people make in a year in 1 month. Like, if you go hard for 1 month... You can, like I repeat, man, you can make what somebody makes in a year in 1 month if you go hard. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got a lot of shit
Yes,
going.
literally, man.
What's hard to you? 5 deals, 10 deals?
I'd say like anything above like 5 deals is like, all right, like I'm kind of getting like,
Sheesh,
yeah, like I kid you not, man. Like right now, like today, I had a lot of clients that I was showing properties to. From 9 a.m. this morning until like maybe about like 4:30, I was showing properties this morning. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And those were 4 clients that I had. So each client, I was showing them properties, and I had to get them coordinated on each day for each client.
And remember everyone's story and life story and what their occupation and the vibe you caught when you were with this guy and that joke we made here.
That's what I'm saying. So it kind of gets a little bit,
overlapping.
hectic. It gets a little bit overwhelming and a little bit like hectic because sometimes, you might just forget a client. It's happened to me before. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had like
I'm like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I'm like, holy snap, this guy. Oh, I forgot I qualified him, and then boom. You get what I'm saying? Like
Damn,
to me,
you almost get pissed at yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Like to me, like my goal, whenever I talk to somebody, is to get them pre-approved. That is my goal, right? And when I get them pre-approved, you're not done. You got to get them into a house, under contract, and closed. So there's a lot of process. There's a lot of steps that takes in this process that needs to happen in order for you to get paid. So there was this one client that got pre-approved. He got pre-approved for like $250, and then I just forgot about him. You know what I'm saying?
So what's that? $250? That's like 3-4 band commission.
Yeah, it's about like $5,000 right there, $6,000 in commission. Yeah. That's nice. And
I wouldn't turn that away. Why not?
Exactly. So it's just like you really gotta be organized and disciplined when it really comes to your clientele because. Me, like I tend to focus on the more higher end clients because I feel like they're kind of like, more important. They're you can make more money with them. This is be real. So you're gonna focus on those a little bit more.
I mean, let's just think about it. Think about it. You got one client and you could make the amount of 3 other clients. I mean, at that point, it's just common sense.
That's what I'm saying.
That's when time is money.
Exactly.
I gotta be here. Like this person, like that's a commission right there.
That's what I'm saying. But let me be real with you, man. Like earlier, when I first started real estate, man, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. So I worked at Quick Trip, right?
Hey,
I used to work there. You did?
Back in high school, yeah.
Yeah, I used to work
at Dog Task, fuck a Upkeep.
Oh my God, all that shit.
What store did you work at?
784.
Really?
In Hamilton Mill.
I worked at 764.
That was right Sugarloaf, right?
Right by the jail. No, right on Buford Drive.
Buford Drive. Oh, right behind the jail.
Yeah, I don't work there anymore.
Neither
so
do
if
I.
anyone pulls, I haven't worked there in like 4 years, but if anyone pulls up on that
Same
address,
here. So let me tell you. So
show up to the jail. Why not?
So with I worked at Quick Trip, right? When I got my license, I quit my job.
Dude, this is a really weird question, but did you meet an Asian guy?
I think I did.
Did you meet an Asian guy working at QT and his mom does real estate too?
Yes.
No way.
His
Shut
Asian,
the fuck up.
Asian, I forgot his name. He's big.
And he's an engineer too. He was still going to school for engineer. No, shut the fuck up.
I forgot his name.
His name is like Xander.
Xander, that's his fucking name. What the fuck?
No.
Yo, you know him?
Yo,
what a small world.
That is crazy.
What a small world.
Bro, me and him one shift talked about real estate and swapped numbers because he said he was getting his license.
He worked at my store.
Oh my God.
He was the assistant manager at the store.
Yeah, he was a two-way. There you have it. There you have it.
I was like,
that's
crazy,
Xander,
bro.
Yeah, and his mom he was telling me about his mom.
His mom was killing it. His mom was doing well.
So he eventually got into that?
I have no idea. After I quit,
did he spark that in your mind?
No, not really. Honestly, the reason why we talked about that was because I told him I was doing real estate. Like, I would come into work late all the time and be like, oh, man, I was, working. I was showing some properties. Oh, you're an agent? I'm like, I'm actually working to get my license right now, but I'm working still in it. You know what I'm saying?
He was too.
Yeah, he was. He was working with his mom. Yeah. And he was, doing things for her and all that stuff. So he know how that went.
Yeah, dude. He said his mom was eating.
That's what I'm saying,
like
bro.
30, 40 bands a month.
Yes, and honestly, like, the Asian community, they are so loyal to their people. So an Asian person in their community selling and buying and all that stuff, they're banking, bro. I know it for a fact.
Jesus Christ.
I know it for a fact.
But I know it's like that with cars too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me tell you what I'm about to say though. When I was working at Quick Trip, right? I quit Quick Trip and then I went to real estate full time, right? I didn't have my first closing until about like 5 months after I quit Quick Trip. So that was me 5 months not getting paid pretty much because in this real estate industry, you only get paid when you close a deal. If you're not working, you don't get paid, literally. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be real with you, man. When that closing was coming up, I needed that shit bad. You feel me? I needed that shit. If I didn't close that deal, I would have been fucked. Straight up.
I bet you dropped a tear in the car.
I was like,
after.
bro, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Real estate, this industry has made me cry. This industry has made me super upset, super sad, super confused. You get what I'm saying?
And cried tears of joy.
Oh my, that
when you
too,
cash out
bro,
10 bands.
Because I kid you not, man. Like, I'm 20 years old right now, right? So I have never before real estate, I have never seen a 5-figure check ever in my life. So when I got my first 5-figure check, I was like, holy shit, did I just make that?
You're like, yo, I did
Like, this is mine? Like, the attorney is like, here you go, Eric, we got your commission here. I'm like, thank you. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I called my mom, I was like, Mom, dude, I just made $11,000 off of this closing. Like, I have never seen anything. Honestly, I've never seen a check over like $3,000.
Dude,
If I'm being real with you,
that's
bro.
amazing, bro.
So
Holy
I'm just
shit.
like to see a check that big is like so mind changing. It's just like now your mind starts thinking differently. I'm like, holy shit, this right here, if I close 10 homes, even 5, just 5 homes with this same price point, that's 50 bands. You're like your whole mindset starts to shift. So now
Because you see that it's possible.
exactly,
I know that feeling,
and
dude.
that's why
Oh,
I
seeing
feel
the
like,
potential.
and that's why I feel like I'm an entrepreneur because when I made that first check, right, it was like holy snap. So now I don't have to trade in time for money. It's different. Now I got to trade in effort for money. You get what I'm saying? Because you can find a client like this, or you can find a client in whatever time. It takes time to do that. So it's just like, wow, like my whole thought process of, how to make money just started switching it up. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, wow, I just made a 5-figure check from this one client, and you're just sitting there like, I can do this over and over and over again, and I'm gonna be very well off in about 5 months. You get what I'm saying?
And it just
So,
depends on how, like,
yeah,
my clients.
like that one closing changed my life, bro. I kid you not. Like, it was weird, like how that just that whole check just like changed my entire situation. You feel me? Cause I kid you not, bro. Like back when I was like 18, like I said, I quit my job and then I got into real estate full time, not knowing when I was gonna have my first closing. And at the time, I'm gonna get personal. I had about like 5 bands saved up before I quit. That 5 bands just like depleted. You get what I'm saying? Like after like 6-7 months, it just depleted. It went out of nowhere. Like when you just start spending money, like, you know what I'm saying? You got it, whatever. And I was down to like $50 before my first closing, believe it or not. You get what I'm saying? And my tank was on E. Damn. So that shit was going to my gas. It had to. You get what I'm saying?
Damn.
So that closing legit changed my life. And I was just like, wow, like ever since then, like that's really when I started going like really hard in this industry, because I'm just like, wow, like I've never seen this money before. And now that I have access to it, I gotta go dumb. I have to. You feel me?
Yeah, because it's you realize it's real.
Mm-hmm. Literally, bro. Like literally, that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why I got into real estate. I knew real estate made money. Every realtor that I knew, every realtor that was around me, they were driving nice cars. They had nice things. They were going out to eat nice places. And I'm just like, holy shit, these people are doing very well. They look good, and they're having fun. That's like literally, who doesn't want that? You get what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that I got into the industry like super young, because I know for a fact, bro, if I keep at this for like years, I'm going to be set. I'm going to be set. And that's really, I'm not taking anything less.
I mean, shit, dude, you've been doing great for now.
I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? I mean, I believe in you. Mm-hmm. I just think it's crazy because I want to go deeper into that, mm-hmm. like that emotion that you felt, right?
Yeah.
Like you got the check,
mm-hmm.
and it wasn't even at that point, man. It wasn't even about the money, because when you're in a situation like that where you're down on your bread, it's not. It's like 25% of it is the financial circumstance,
mm-hmm.
but then like the other majority percentage of it is the mental aspect, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I know you were
definitely.
probably like very mentally depleted. You probably had a lot of anxiety. You probably had a lot of, and that affects your decision making. That
mm-hmm.
that affects how you live life, how you interface with people, your relationships, the energy you have to give a damn about life, right?
Yeah.
So, what was it like when you did get that check, and it was almost like, okay, this is possible, and I've done this one time. That
mm-hmm.
means I can do it again.
Yeah.
Because it's
literally
like,
that's how it was.
It's like playing soccer. Like once you get one goal, you're like, hey, I got a goal. I can always get another goal.
Exactly.
But it's not till you get a goal that you're like, hey, I got a goal.
Exactly. If you can get one, you can get 100. If you can, that's kind of how I see it. If you can do 1, you can do 2, you can do 3, you can do 4, and so on and so on. Simple. That's kind of how I see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like just the concept. Like I remember when I was like 10, right?
Yeah.
I went with my dad and his good friend to a shooting range. I'd never shot in my life. And it wasn't even about the gun I was shooting, caliber, blah, blah, nothing. It was just about like, okay, when I pull this trigger, what's gonna happen? Like that's about to register in my brain, and then you can't unregister that. So it was like a moment like that for you, where you were just
really
kind of
was.
like, damn, like if I don't do real estate, like I'm never gonna forgive myself.
Yeah,
So
literally.
you felt like, oh, okay.
Dude, I had, during that time, like I said, bro, I was crying. I was upset. I was like, damn, what did I just do with my life? This is really what I want to do. Like, I was anxious as hell, scared. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like, and I was young, so I was just feeling that way because it's just like I've never went. I was always working. I just had that hustle in me that I always like work and all that stuff. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like to be that low. I just never experienced it before, and I'm glad that I did because it humbles me now. You get what I'm saying? But honestly, that moment right there, I realized why people quit this industry because you're not going to see success right away. Simple, like that's already a fact. Like I didn't get my first closing until 6 months, almost 7 months after I got my license, and I went into it full time when I got my license. So 6 or 7 months later, I got a closing,
And that's you.
and that's me. You
So
get what I'm
there's
saying?
no real timestamp on that.
There is no real time step. You get what I'm
Jeez, so
saying?
someone could have closed one in a month. Someone could close one in a year.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like,
tough.
so I really understood why the failure rate for real estate was so high during that time. Because I'm just like, if somebody had bills, if somebody had things to pay, rent, mortgage, just little minuscule bills, I understand why people quit and just go back to their, situation. You feel me? Because that right there, that shit was no joke, man. Like I said, I was down bad. I was crying. I was in bed like, holy shit, like what am I gonna do? Like I was upset. I was sad and everything, bro. It was crazy. This industry challenges you mentally and physically too, because you're gonna have some late nights as well. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like I'm glad I stuck with it because if I didn't, I don't think I'd really be where I'm at right now. So I'm glad that I stuck with it, bro.
It's so weird, man. It's so weird how you need. I mean, I'm not gonna say you need because I can't speak for everybody, but I've definitely experienced moments like that in my life where you hit a real hard low,
Yeah.
and something about that low is what allows you to like appreciate the high.
For sure.
But it's like the same way that when you hit a high, you realize that like, damn, I want to hit this high again, and I appreciate how I hit a real low because that low
That's a fact.
helped me not only get to this high, but it helped me understand what the feeling of this high is. But I feel like for a lot of people, they kind of get like stuck in the trade-off in the middle. And it's like, okay, I don't enjoy the failure, but at the same time, I don't think I'm learning from it, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like people just keep repeating a bunch of shit. I've seen it. I've done it before. Everyone has different growth and stages. But I know specifically like that emotion where you're just like what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Like I literally like what am I gonna do, right? And then
Exactly.
it almost kicks another gear into you. What do you think that is?
It was just honestly, I'm gonna say right now, like yeah, I went through that, but I'm actually so glad that I went through that because
Do you just think it's like a natural instinct, maybe?
yeah,
Or you just
honestly,
feel like you're because there's something about like not being up.
yeah.
But when you got stuff going on, you almost get comfortable. Like you don't chase the lead as hard. I mean, I don't know. I'm
Honestly,
not speaking for you, but I'm saying like in other situations, you
Yeah.
don't push as hard because you're like, I got a lot going.
Like honestly, right now, I'm in a point where I don't chase people anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like when it comes to clients, if you're gonna buy a house, you're gonna buy a house. If you're gonna sell a house, you're gonna sell a house. Whether it's now or in 3 months. Like, yeah, I might follow up, but I'm not gonna, stay on your ass about, oh my God, like, do you wanna buy this house? Do you wanna like buy this, buy that? Like, no. Like if you're like people come to me now and I'm just like I told you before, it's like, okay, are you pre-approved? Are you qualified? So like now that I have that experience, it's more like, okay, if you're gonna buy a house, we're gonna do this, sometime this week to get you qualified. If you're not trying to do that, then you don't wanna buy a house. Simple. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like as far as that goes, I feel like the experience is needed to really be able to be at that point. You get what I'm saying?
But where does it go from there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, was it the
Honestly?
type of thing where you were like, okay, for me to do it full time, I want to make this much a year? Or is
Pretty
it the
much.
type of thing where you were just like, hey, I got something that works. I'm just gonna try to get as good as I can at it.
Honestly, yeah.
People limit themselves, man.
That is true. And honestly, I did myself too. I limited myself as well. Because, like I said, I've never really made that kind of money before. So I thought, oh, $40,000, that's my goal. That's regular for somebody, you know what I'm saying? And then when you realize you can make that in 1 month easily, it's like, all right, so let's try to aim for 120,000. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, you honestly got to experience it and know what you're capable of to really get to that point. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't really understand like how much you could really, make or how much, it takes to make that, it's just, you're going to be kind of confused and not really understand, and you're going to limit yourself like you said.
So let's shift gears heavy, right? What's the difference between just buying and selling and then building? Like, what's the differences as far as like for you as the agent? Like, how does your not your purpose, but how does your role in the transaction change?
So pretty much when I'm helping somebody buy, okay, let's just keep in mind that when you're helping somebody buy a home, that process could take a month or two. When somebody's building a home, that process takes 5 months plus. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the builder. So my role when helping somebody buy a home is to negotiate on their behalf to get them, a good deal on the home, get them a good price, and get them good closing costs. You get what I'm saying? And also get them good interest rates with my preferred lenders. So that's my role when helping somebody buy a house. Helping somebody sell a house, my role is to get them the most money for their home and pay little closing costs, and also make sure that they get the most for their money. I mean, the most for their home. That's really the most important thing. You get what I'm saying? So that's my role for buying and selling. So when it comes to building a home, my role for that, like I said, it takes quite some time to build a home, okay? So my role is a little bit different. I'm just there to make sure things are going smoothly. I also do negotiate a little bit on their behalf, but with new constructions, they're kind of a little bit more stricter when it comes to closing costs and when it comes to the price, because it's a brand new home. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be much room for negotiation there. If they say the price, it's going to be that price, or it might be 1,000 less, maybe 2,000 less. They're going to take away that from somewhere else in the home. You get what I'm saying? So my role when helping somebody build a crib is I'm just there to make sure things are going smoothly. I'm there to make sure that things get finished on time. I go to the properties. I make sure that they're, that what they said they're doing is done. You get what I'm saying? That's pretty much the role in those two aspects right there.
Well, I know you said it kind of like came easy. Not came easy, but you felt like, you had a kick for it.
Yeah.
What are some of the parts that's been the most challenging for you?
The most challenging at first,
Personally, not even as an agent, but for your circumstance.
For my circumstance, the most challenging for me was prospecting, finding clients, and actually knowing what to say to them, okay? Because anybody can, find people and find a client, but you really have to know what you're saying. You have to know what you're talking about when you're talking with the client. Because believe it or not, a client can know when know what you're talking about. You get what I'm saying? So
but what are some of those things?
Like some of those things is like, making sure they're pre-approved, making sure that their credit is good, making sure how much money they make a month, making sure that their DTI is low. DTI stands for debt to income ratio, making sure that their debt to income ratio isn't exceeding 50%. So that way, they can afford a home. You get what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things like those things that I just said right there. What I'm talking about, right? Like I know my shit just by saying those 4 things, right? Essentially, that's kind of what they're gonna take away from that as well. So it's just about like you have to
when
understand.
you approach them like that, and you're spitting statistics, analytics, you're doing projections, right? But then you got another person who's just trying to fucking close because they just want the commission. So that's like the smile guy. Yeah, very nice house, and it does have a basement. But in reality, that person doesn't give a shit.
Exactly.
So you're more about, look, like there's nothing to hide here.
Yeah,
what's going on?
I'm real with it. Like I tell them sometimes. I'm like, hey, like I'm gonna.
So what's
ask,
the pitch? Like what's your pitch? The exclusive behind the scenes.
Like my pitch.
Yeah, what's your pitch?
So pretty much when a client calls me up,
I'm
or
a client.
vice versa,
I'm the client.
I'm gonna be like,
Anthony, pleasure to meet you. How you doing?
Anthony, what's going on, Buck? I'm Eric. I'm just giving you a quick call. I got your number here from blah blah blah, and I just wanted to talk to you about it. Are you looking to buy a home sometime soon?
Yeah, I was potentially looking at properties in the area, and I just stumbled your way, so I was just wondering, maybe we can make something happen. How do
For sure, man. So tell me about this. Where are you looking to purchase in? Like, what area are you looking to purchase in?
I'm looking to purchase in the metropolitan area of fucking Atlanta.
Perfect.
Right.
Gotcha. And are you familiar with how that process goes of buying a house?
Not at all.
Okay, so let me tell you about that, all right? So there's 3 things you need to buy a house, okay? You have to have your credit in order, okay? Got to make sure that your W-2s for the last 2 years are in order. And also, you have to make sure that you have bank statements for the last 3 months, okay? With these 3 things, that's what a lender will ask you to get qualified to buy a home, okay? So one of those things I said was credit. How's your credit looking like right now?
Oh, me personally?
Yeah. How's your credit looking like right now? Do you have good credit? Good? Excellent? Bad?
Are we still pulling the script? Or
Yeah, this is the script. This
this
is
is
the
the
script.
script? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know.
All right, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. So,
No. All right. I want to take 2 angles.
yeah.
My credit is a 770, right? That's one hand. And then the other hand, my credit's a 620, right?
Gotcha.
What can you do for me on both ends?
On both ends, I
Because
can
I
get
know
you...
770 is flying through the
Oh
underwriting.
yeah, even a 620 is good. I work with super low credit.
really? Even
Yeah,
620?
I've worked with the credit.
What about a
with the-
550? Can
A
you do something with
550,
that?
that right there, this is what I would say for somebody who has a credit score 550, right? I'd be like, okay, man, I'm gonna be real with you. That credit score has to come up a little bit in order for you to get qualified, okay? But my lenders, they also do credit repair, okay? So if you're interested in that, we can get you rolling into that. So that way we can get you into a house and qualified in as little as 3 months. How does that sound?
Okay, so that's like a game plan you got to restructure.
Yeah,
now.
pretty
Well,
much.
let's go back to 770, right?
70? Okay, perfect, man. That sounds great. So you know what you're doing and you know what has to be done in order to really,
So you think
pay things
770
off.
is good?
Yeah, that's a great
Okay,
score.
bet.
So I'd be like, all right, perfect. So that's great. And then I move on to the next thing. How much do you make a year?
All right. Let's take two angles again.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna take 150 grand, and then let's take 50 grand.
50 grand?
50 grand. I just rebuilt my credit, and I got 50 grand. What do you think I got going on?
That right there, I'll just say, hey, look, let's get you qualified to see where you stand, all right? If you're interested in buying a house now, let's get you qualified, see if you qualify. And if you don't qualify, my lender and I can tell you what you have to do to qualify in 3 months or 4 months, okay? So let's get you qualified and see where you stand right now. So that way we can tell you how you need to, get qualified in the future if you need to. So if you're excellent, 150,000 right there, I'd be like, all right, great. So let's get you qualified. Let's set up a meeting tomorrow. Let's say around same time with my lender. How does that sound? Great, perfect. Boom, set the call up.
Okay, so that person rebuilt their credit. Then they try to get it pre-qualified, and
Yeah.
if they can, they got to set up a plan to figure out why not, and then they do, right?
Pretty much. So honestly, if I know somebody can't qualify,
You just tell 'em.
I will tell them straight up. I'll be like, hey, look, I'm gonna be real with you. That credit score is a little bit too low, but look, I always have a solution for something. If they can't qualify, I try to create a solution for it. You get what I'm saying? If they have bad credit, I'd be like, that's not a problem. My lender is also a credit repair specialist, so he can help you increase your credit score in months. So that way we can get you qualified in that aspect. Okay, but when it's as far as they don't make enough money, you gotta let them know straight up. Sorry, man. Like, can you qualify with somebody else? It's somebody else that you can co-sign with that can help you, with their income. If they say yes, you proceed. But if not, let them straight.
Okay,
Let 'em
damn.
know.
So then they're out of the race. So then let's jump back to our 770
Yeah.
qualified everything. Let's say we get approved for, we were talking 400 earlier. We get approved for 400,000, right?
Yeah.
What happens next?
Then that right there, I start sending them
That's what-
properties up to 400,000.
And you start browsing.
Yeah, I'm
now
like,
let me ask you a
alright.
question.
Yeah.
Is the goal to upsell?
Not really.
Not
Honestly,
really.
I send them.
Like you can't really upsell that hard because they might not get approved. So it's like let's just stay in the budget and close one. Is that the mindset?
Pretty much. Like, I send them anything below 400,000. Because honestly, I have a lot of clients that get qualified for like 500,000, but they want to stay below 350. They want to keep their monthly payment low. So it's like, okay, I get that. So just send them from there. But if they're not finding anything they want in that price range, I'm like, hey, you guys are qualified for 500,000. We got to go up a little bit higher if you want to get what you want.
Dual shower heads, all the bullshit.
all that stuff. You gotta
Right.
you gotta educate them, and that comes with experience. You get what I'm saying? So that's how it is.
Jeez, dude. I feel like you just ran me through the whole course. Oh, shit.
That's how it is, man.
Damn,
I know a lot about it, man. And
Fucking Eric.
yeah, and honestly, man, I've been having a lot of people telling me they wanted to get into real estate, and I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like,
What would you say for that person? See,
That's what I'm about to say.
see, I've been honestly trying not to do that. I do that a lot in episodes where I'm like, what
Yeah.
would you say for a person listening right now? But I'm like, going into 2021, new approach, we gotta start hitting new angles, right?
Gotcha.
But you brought
So-
it up.
Yeah, I
You
did.
brought it
I
up,
did.
so it's
I
organic.
did. So I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. I've had a
It's
lot.
obviously saturated, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, honestly, because people are gonna work with whoever they want to work with.
Exactly.
Simple.
Okay,
And,
so
and I
what-
realized that.
What would you say to them though?
So
Should they
I've
still get
had-
involved? Or like,
yeah,
ugh.
for sure. I would tell anybody to get involved, but I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like all that we talked about, I bring that up too. Like, if you want to get into real estate, you gotta understand it's not as sweet as we make it look. Yeah, we're showing nice properties. Yeah, we're having closings and stuff, but you gotta understand what's behind closed doors. All the calls, all the emails, all the prospecting we do. You get what I'm saying? People alone won't even do that to get to where you need to get to. You get what I'm saying? So all those properties you see on my Instagram, on my story or whatever, all those clients that I have, it all starts with me prospecting. If I don't make calls, if I don't reach out to people, if I don't, connect, I'm not getting clients. You get what I'm trying to say?
So it's you constantly have to like row your boat.
Yeah, literally, bro.
Does that get annoying though? Do you think?
Not really, because honestly, I'm getting to a point where I want to hire somebody. Okay, I already have an admin assistant right now, and she does all my offers for me.
Like a VA?
Like a VA, exactly. So she does all my offers for me. She makes sure I get paid at closing, all those type of things. You get what I'm saying? So I have that right now. So like when your business starts to grow, you try to think a little bit outside the box. Now you're like, all right, how can I automate my business? How can I, get this rolling? So my plan now is to have somebody make all those calls for me. The calls that I make, I want to have somebody handle all those calls for me. So that way, all I have to do is just, get the leads, have somebody call them, and then I show the properties. And then I have somebody doing my offer. So all I have to do is just meet the clients, show the clients, put them under contract, and then close them out. You get what I'm saying? So that's really one way to essentially automate your business, even though I'm still working in it. But there are certain areas where you can automate the business in. You feel me? But back to what we were saying. So if somebody told me
Is
that
the test kind of thick? I heard the test
the
was.
test, holy shit.
I know.
Yo,
I
let
heard
me-
it's really hard.
Yo, let me fucking tell you, bro. That test was no joke. I failed that shit 9 times.
What?
Yes.
You failed nine times?
9 times, bro. If you're
Oh my
seeing this
God,
and
how
you're
much
taking
does
the
it
test,
cost?
for me back then, it took $121 every time. $121 every time I took the
Damn,
test.
dude, you dropped
so
like a band
I
plus?
dropped like $1,100 taking just on tests. Could you imagine that shit?
Wow.
I like just thinking about it kind of like a little irks me. I could use that $1,100 right now. I could just blow that shit on something else. You feel me? But I failed my real estate exam 9 times. 9 times, bro.
But what was it like when you failed the 6th time? Were you
Bro,
like, damn, maybe this isn't for me?
honestly, I was telling my boy this the other day, man. When I failed, I would just laugh and register again. Take it like the next week. Simple.
What would you do different? Study a little more? Study a little more?
Study a little more, because like each time you fail, it tells you which areas you failed most in. So you have to get 109 questions right out of 152. So in each category,
Is it multiple
tells
choice?
You, multiple choice. And each category,
It's just like a
big
multi,
ass
it's
test,
like
bro.
a level
you
3
have,
question.
You have, I think it was 5 or 6 hours to take the test. So me, every time I took like the 5 hours. You get what I'm saying? So it would start at 9 o'clock, and then I would get out of there at like 1:30. So you would literally be in there hours taking a test, and it was
Cranked
crazy.
on
bro.
Adderall?
It was crazy, bro.
You ever take Adderall?
I had in high school, but not for the test. I didn't really care to do for
you
the
didn't
test.
care? You
Nah,
just-
but it was just like, man, this shit was crazy. I was just like, wow, like I can't believe that I took that shit 9 times. Because think about it, bro. I took that test 9 times. Nobody knows about that. I don't care. I say that now with pride. I took it 9 times. Okay,
I know, but that's
so what?
crazy
You know what I'm
though,
saying,
bro.
People take it 3 times and give up.
Bro, people
I
take
took
one
that
time.
shit 9 times, bro. And that shit was
Yeah,
hard.
but that says that it's no joke.
Let me tell you, bro. The
Because
last,
you don't seem like
the 8th time I took the test, I failed by 1 question.
Really?
Yes.
I know that
I
one
failed
hit.
by 1 question. I was like, yo,
That probably bothered
y'all,
you.
y'all can't do anything about that? Y'all can't give me extra credit or something? I was like, I just failed by 1 point. Can you guys do something about that? Like, it's just 1 point. I need to get, I had 108. You have to get 109 to pass. I was like, this is just 1 question. Can I just like go back real quick and just take it real quick? Just review my questions.
Please, let me
Like,
buy you
please.
lunch.
That's what I'm saying. But I
They were like,
laughed.
hell no.
I laughed it off, took it again the next time, and passed it. Passed on my 10th time. I took it 10 times.
Oh,
So-
yeah, because you failed 9 times.
I failed 9 times and passed on the 10th time. And honestly, man, like those questions, they were no joke, bro. Like you got to understand, I was literally in high school when I was taking these tests and shit. So it was like these caliber questions were different. You get what I'm saying? It was like, holy shit. Like I'm over here, you know, like trying to understand like the financing portions of this entire test. And I've never bought a house. I've never understood that process. So I didn't understand a lot of the shit from there. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like,
Because I know they make you like know everything, even though that
Yes.
you're not gonna be
Yes,
doing half
bro.
of that stuff.
Exactly. They do. Like all that stuff that I learned in the school, I don't use it right now. Honestly, they don't even what they need to teach you in order to it's different. They teach you the laws, but they teach you how to be successful in the industry. It's
don't,
it's
or they do?
different. They don't. They don't. Honestly.
Sheesh.
Like
Sounds
what
like
you-
normal school, huh?
Like yeah, like literally, right. They don't teach you how to be successful in real estate school. They just teach you what you need to know. They teach you that you gotta pass this and this and that. That's pretty much it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how it goes, man. Like, but I took that. I failed my real estate exam 9 times and passed on my 10th time. So I took that test 10 times, and now looking back at it, I don't care. I don't care that I passed it 10 times.
Dude, cheers to you. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but you got to understand that right there depicts how motivated I was to get my license and do this and be in real estate. You get what I'm saying? Like that right there, you cannot question my motivation for the industry now.
no, I respect that,
took
bro.
that
Now
shit
I understand
10
why that first
times.
check hit different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Because I was like, bro, like back in high school, I saw myself where I am right now. When I was 17 in high school, I saw myself where I am right now. Believe that. You get what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna do real estate. I'm gonna sell nice houses. I'm gonna sell beautiful houses. I'm gonna meet a lot of people. I'm gonna meet a lot of builders. I've met so many people. A lot of my clients are entrepreneurs. A lot of my clients are go-getters. And it's just like I have access to them. And it's just like, holy shit, like people are actually really cool. And I learn a lot from my clients, bro. Believe it or not. Like credit-wise. Like I had clients who have 850 credit scores, and I'm just like, holy shit, like they're doing something right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So the fact that I'm able to just be in their presence is also a privilege. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I'm like, yo, like after the closing and stuff with those clients, I still, you know, I go lunch with them after a closing or something like that. And I'm like, hey, like, what do you do? Talk to me about like all that stuff. Like, you know, I'm young, you know, I'm a young cat, you know, and I learn from my clients, bro. So it's just like I love that I can meet people, work with them, and also they help me learn a lot about life and about just, you know, finances and credit or anything. You get what I'm saying? So, and that's really what it is, bro. And I just love my industry for that. I love that I love real estate because I meet so many people. I learn from them, and it's just amazing, bro. I love it.
Holy shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude. Honestly,
Crazy, right?
that's a good ass way to end off right there. Damn, dude. Failed 9 times, passed on the 10th.
9 times, bro.
That man, Eric, dude. I really appreciate you for doing this,
For
man.
sure, man.
I appreciate you for taking the time out of the day to do this.
I got you, man. I got you.
For
bro.
anyone who's watching right now and they want to stay in touch with you, just take a moment, shout out all your pages,
Yeah.
Instagrams,
sure.
ways they can connect with you if they're trying to buy.
Yeah.
Everything you gotta do.
So pretty much my Instagram handle is Eric Gonzalez KW, and I also have my business page. It's Eric the Realtor _, and I post a lot of content. I'm posting a lot of, you know, properties and all that stuff. I want you guys to see, you know, what I'm showing my clients and stuff. So definitely know what's up, know how that goes.
Damn, man. Eric, the
Yeah.
man himself, killing the
Got it.
Atlanta real estate industry.
I'm trying.
Hey, man. Just like every other time,
Yeah.
my name's Charbel Milan. Today we got,
Eric Gonzalez.
and this has
You
been
know
a
it.
time shared.
Time
Thank you so
shared.
much, brother.
You got it, boss.